Shivoham, welcome to Life of Chicky. We are on the game board of Yudhi's diary. We are in Unit 2 and today is a day where Yudhi is a little irritated. Do you know why? Because his mother is giving him advice. And so he's talking to his friend Chicky and he says, I'm simply tired of listening to my mother, yeah. She has something to say all the time. I wish she just lets me do whatever I like. Come on, Yudhi. She wouldn't be your mother then. Let's do some roller skating today. Long time since we did that. Let me go get my skates. Yudhi loves to roller skate and he is super excited to skate after a long time. While he gets ready, his mother tells him, Yudhi, I'm going to the Krishna temple. I see that you are all set to play your roller skates. Remember to wear protection gears and helmet. I will be back soon. Yudhi gets irritated again and chooses to ignore his mother's advice. After all, he is an expert and no way he is going to fall, he thought. He and Chicky are loving to skate on the open roads. But wait a minute. A little pebble being mighty powerful. Yudhi falls down. He tries to get up, but looks like he is in a lot of pain. Chicky helps him out. She asks him, Yudhi, where are you hurt? My wrist, Chicky, it hurts, says Yudhi. Chicky walks him home slowly. Yudhi is crying out in pain. He knows that his mother is not at home. Neither is his father. He can't manage his pain anymore. As soon as his mother reaches home, he hugs her. The warm hug from his mother comforts him, and now it seems like everything is going to be fine. I'm sorry, I should have worn my protection gear, said Yudhi to his mother. It's okay, Yudhi. First, let's go see the doctor. I'm hoping it is just a small sprain. I hope it is really not a fracture, says Yudhi's mother. She drives Chicky and Yudhi to the hospital. Meanwhile, in the car, Chicky narrates the tale of flying together to Yudhi. Deep in a forest stood a very tall tree. Its leafy branches spread out like strong arms. This tree was the home to a flock of wild geese. They felt safe there. One of the geese was a wise old bird. He noticed a small creeper at the foot of the tree. He spoke to the other birds about it. Do you see that creeper? He said to them. Let us destroy it. Why must we destroy it? Asked the geese in surprise. It is so small. What harm can it do? My friends, replied the wise old bird, that little creeper will soon grow. As it creeps up this tree, it will become thick and strong. What of that? Asked the geese. What harm can a creeper do to us? Don't you see? Replied the wise bird. With the help of the creeper, it will be possible for someone to climb this tree. A hunter can come up and kill us all. Well, there's no hurry, they replied. The creeper is very small. It would be a pity to destroy it now. Destroy the creeper while it is still young, the old bird advised. Now it is tender and you can cut it easily. Later it will become hard and you will not be able to cut it. We'll see, answered the birds. But they did not destroy the creeper. They forgot the wise old bird's advice. As the creeper grew, it began winding its way up the tree. Stronger and stronger it became until it was as strong as a thick rope. One morning, when the geese had gone out in search of food, a hunter came to the forest. "So, this is where the wild geese live," he said to himself. "When they come back in the evening, I shall catch them." The hunter climbed up the tree with the help of the creeper. He got to the top and spread his net there. Then he climbed down and went away. In the evening, the geese returned home. They did not notice the net. As they flew into the tree, they were trapped. They struggled hard to get out, but could not. "Help! Help!" cried the geese. "We are caught in the hunter's net. Oh, what shall we do now?" "Don't make a fuss now," said the wise old bird. "Long ago I told you to destroy the creeper, but you did not. Now see what has happened. Tomorrow morning the hunter will come back and kill us all." "We were foolish," wept the birds. "We are very sorry we did not listen to you. Please tell us what to do." "Then listen carefully," replied the wise bird. "When the hunter comes, you all must pretend to be dead. Just lie still. The hunter will not want dead birds. He will throw us to the ground. It will then be easy for him to climb down, collect the dead birds, and take them home. When the last of us has been thrown down, we must quickly get up and fly away." In the morning, the hunter came to the tree and climbed up. He looked at the geese in the net. They are all dead," he muttered to himself. He threw them out of the net one by one. The birds lay still until the last one had been thrown down. Then, all at once, they got up, flapped their wings, and flew away. The hunter was taken by surprise. From the top of the tree, he watched all the geese fly away. "You know what, Chickie? I know this wound can be healed," said Yudi to Chickie. He continued saying, "Just like how the geese were saved in the end. But then at what price? They should have listened to the wise old geese, and I should have listened to my wise old mother. Yudi, don't worry. There's always a way out. But prevention is any time better than cure. And I hope the doctor fixes you up," says Chickie. At the end of the day, Yudi writes in his diary all the lessons that he has learned today. And thanks to Lord Krishna, his writing hand is safe. And he loves to write in his diary every single night. Do you want to find out what happens further? And whom does Yudi meet in Unit 3 as we progress further in Yudi's diary? If you want to join us on this journey of life of Chickie, then please subscribe to this channel. Share it with everyone who loves to learn like the Pandavas. Visit our website arisegurukulam.com to join Arise India now.